Dana Barrett asked Dr. Venkman, why do you like being a Ghostbuster? He replied, same reason I asked you out, 'cause busting makes me feel good.
Ugh, that's tasteless.
No, ma'am, that's tasteless.
Movie review, bitches!
Good enough.
For you, it's good enough. For me, it's good enough. It's good enough for me.
My bike. Cases adjacent movie review of the Goonies. I am Jay Chowder. We got Bone.
Hey, Mikey, gotta go to the bathroom.
Slopdog.
Andy, you Goonie!
If you haven't seen the Goonies, where the fuck you been? Hit pause, go watch the Goonies, come back, hashtag enjoy the hang. We're just going to shoot the shit about this movie, which is a fucking iconic movie from our childhoods, probably your childhoods if you listen to this. It's just such a fucking good movie. So yeah, we're going to totally do spoilers and everything else. Just we're going to shoot on this movie. It's really good. And so as a kid, this is a staple. Like in growing up in the 80s, 90s, you had to have seen the Goonies. So it's just I think the plot is really pretty simple. It's about a kid who live. They're supposed to be the poor kids, but when you look at their house and stuff, like we live much poorer than them. But anyway,
Yeah,
so
we were the fucking poor kids. We lived in a
Right.
500 square foot apartment.
We lived in technically our bedroom was the living room, and but like so anyway, they're the poor kids in this movie. They call their neighborhood the Goondocks, so they're the Goonies, and they're trying to like figure out how they all gonna move because where they live is gonna become a golf course or something for the rich people. How the fuck do we like get it together? We're gonna miss each other. We're not gonna be neighbors anymore. And then all of a sudden they hear this rumor of buried treasure that's been around for years. And their dad, who is like runs the town hall or the whatever, is like he has all this stuff up in the attic. They find the map. They're like, let's go find this treasure. We're gonna save the neighborhood. So these kids go on a journey to save their fucking neighborhood, and then a bunch of craziness happens, and it's just a movie about kids going on adventure. They're the stars in the movie. So yes, I think it's probably one of my best explanations for a movie.
Yeah.
So
it's short and sweet. I like that.
and,
They're supposed to make it like a golf course, but aren't golf courses mostly flat? Because they're on a huge hill.
Yes, well, I think they have hills and stuff. It's like
They
flat.
do, but like big hills like that, like it's.
They probably would fill it in with sand and stuff. And I went to the Goonies house traveling in real life, dude. It was fucking phenomenal. Just to go to the Goonies house and watch it, and then you see the Data house right next door, and then you can stop right down the road is like the kindergarten cop school, and it is fucking awesome. And the jail where he escapes from is like now kind of the museum in town where you can go, and they have so many artifacts from the movie in it. And then you can go ahead and just look around, and they got merchandise there, of course, and stuff like that. And it is just, dude, fucking awesome. Like I remember you see like the town hall from the movie. That's the street they went down, and it is great. Like I remember just my dick being hard the whole time, and it just being like so excited. Fucking just like zinging and zagging. No, like I remember just my son and me went up to the Goonies house because my wife was over it. My oldest son was over it. They didn't give a fuck. So I'm like, no, and my youngest son loves shit like that too. So we went up and we checked out the Goonies house, and it was awesome. And then we went to the jail, and my youngest son hung himself like he was like not really hung himself, but like kind of hung off it like he was hanging like the guy, the Fratelli, but he's got like the pipe in back of him, so he's really himself, dude. Because you go in that cell, and you can take like pictures there and stuff. Dude, it was fucking awesome. Like it was just fucking a good time. And I highly recommend if you're in the area of Oregon, go to the Goonies. It's in Astoria. They say it's Astoria, the movie. It's the town is Astoria. Dude, it is the fucking best. Anyway, but
I'm pretty jealous because I would love to go see it someday too.
Me too.
It is fucking, dude.
Why was Mikey's dad own everybody's house?
What?
Well,
I think
no,
you would just get off the neighborhood.
every one of them, they're going to all lose their house at the same time. They're all going to foreclose. To make the golf course, they all have, everybody's house is being foreclosed at the same time. Why would that be a thing? And Mikey was just like, my dad's going to, don't say that, my dad's going to fix it. So it implied that his dad owned all those houses in that neighborhood.
Maybe
I just think his dad was the ruler, like was the one they all looked up to, and they all like there was like some shady shit with realty and stuff where they were able to foreclose on everybody's house. What you saying,
if they were foreclosing on everyone's house, it had to have been like that somebody didn't pay their mortgage. You can't just go up and go, okay, I want this person's land. You know what I mean? Every one of them, every one of their houses would have had to have been being foreclosed at the same point. That's why it was. I felt like it was implied that Mikey's dad owned every house, and then at the end when the jewels and stuff, he didn't use them, and then everybody lost their house, went into hiding, and Mikey changed his name and went into.
His dad is a museum curator.
Yeah.
So his love of history inspires.
But
like, why? I don't know why all their houses would be foreclosed on, though. Like, you're right.
Yeah.
Trying to like figure out why.
Goddamn movie, folks. It's just the bad guys are trying to overcome the good guys, and that's what the story's about. And but like, you should be worried more about. Didn't Troy when he attempted murder? Brand, like when he like on the bicycle, he goes,
that is attempted murder.
That's attempted murder. And then when they're pulling him up from the well, why would you send Andy up first so they can gangbang her and like take her away? No, they're not going to help anybody else if Andy isn't the last one.
So according to like what I found online, in the Goonies, the homes in the Goondocks neighborhood are facing foreclosure because a developer is trying to buy up the land to build a country club. The developer has acquired the mortgages from the bank, making them the entity foreclosing on the home. So they bought the mortgages from the bank, and they're foreclosing on the homes. That's how.
They're ending it. They're saying we don't want to own the.
That makes much more sense. But that doesn't make sense. Like, hey, the bank. But again, like, is that legal? Where the bank just go? If the bank just decided to go, hey, you know what? I decided I'm foreclosing on your home today. Like, but I'm still paying my mortgage. Like, I'm not late. I'm not. Nope. Sorry, we're foreclosing. We want to build something there. I don't think that's legal.
They bought a debt, right? They bought a debt.
It's also the 80s. Maybe like developers could buy people's mortgages back then.
That's true. Mortgages were much loosey-goosey back then.
Maybe that was a thing back then where they could do that.
I just think there's things in this movie that like you watch now as an adult and I don't get it. Like, for instance, we were talking about before the podcast came on, when the dick breaks off the statue and she's like, that's my mom's favorite piece. And he says, wouldn't be here if it wasn't. Like, and he's like, shut up. I always thought it was one beer if it wasn't. Or something like that. Like, I didn't get it. I didn't know it was, oh yeah, because she likes dick, And I didn't know it was that. And then like as you get older, you go, oh my God.
Yeah, like when they were putting Chunk's hand in the blender and Mama what's her face goes, hit puree. I thought she said just something in Italian when I was a kid, like hit puree. I didn't realize she said hit puree.
We're such a white trash bubble kids. We didn't know puree was a word.
So, all right. So here's my thing that I didn't realize how messed up Sloth looks, right? He does look really messed up. Like watching it now, I'm like, oh my God, like he looks way more messed up than I remember too. And as a kid, I didn't realize that was someone with makeup on. I honestly thought it was just some unfortunate person they found and they gave a job to. And I always used to feel kind of bad that like this poor bastard. Like it was only like maybe 5 years ago. Like my husband said something to me about it, and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, "That was a football player." Like. In makeup, and I'm like, that was me. He's like, what? Yep. You thought that was a real person?
Oh my God!
I thought God was one evil motherfucker.
I think his name was John Matusek.
I don't know.
Matusek, and he took him 5 hours a day in the makeup chair to become Sloth.
Wow.
Let me tell you this though: if he was a real person, that guy would have had a huge dick. Because if you're like ungifted that much, like I think whatever you believe it would have put a huge dick on that monster and been like, I mean, you lost out somewhere else we're gonna just fucking John Holmes you, and then just.
It's such an
know?
80s thing, too, like, such a 60s, 70s, 80s thing. So, like, oh, we had a mentally handicapped son. Let's just chain him in the basement.
Just chain him in the basement.
You know? But he must have been lifting weights or something. Dude's fucking got arms on him. Holy shit.
Pulls the chain on the fucking wall.
He's a football player when he's not chained up in the basement.
They put a helmet on him, you can't even see his face. I would have loved it with your husband if you continued. You're like, oh, so he just had a mask on, so no one knew his face looked like that because it was in the helmet. Like, no, makeup was on a football player. Listen to me, you bitch.
What the hell's wrong with you? I know. I was like, oh.
I do have a question, though. Who do you think made the gate opener to Mikey and Bran's house? That looks like a Data invention.
The gate
I
opener?
I thought it was the dad. I don't know why I figured it was the dad.
I always thought it was. I always thought it was the dad as well.
But I don't know. Does it tell you? Like, if you look it up, is it something that it tells you? Like,
Although Mikey probably did it because he looked like very into it when it was like happening. He was like watching it, so maybe he invented it with his dad or something. But I like how like
it makes sense because it's like a mirror of like One-Eyed Willie's traps in the tunnel.
Yes. I know
because like with the bowling ball and stuff, instead it's a cannonball, and it's like it was like a mirror of what the kids. It's like almost like they use their imagination to create this journey. You know, you could spit the idea. The theory is that maybe none of this actually happened. Maybe it was like Mikey's dream or fantasy to save his house that's being foreclosed on, so he wouldn't have to leave his house and his friends forever, that he just invented this and threw things really in his life.
Maybe. I mean, the part at the end where he's signing the thing, and did you guys ever notice when he was like, no, he's not signing it, so he rips it up and throws it up in the air? More paper comes from behind.
Yes.
Where did that paper? Who
all
threw
the
that
paper
paper?
from everywhere.
Someone else who was signing. I'm not signing either.
Said something to me, and he's like, "What? More paper comes from nowhere?" And I'm like, "What?" And then I'm like, "Oh my god!"
There'll be no more signing today, forever. Oh, you know what I think is so adorable? You know, at the end when the maid finds the jewels.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Peter White. Both like his kid starting to learn how to talk. His youngest kid, and he goes, "He sounds like the maid when she finds the jewels at the end of the Goonies."
Yes, when she's like, Peter say, better see. My kid just talks like that. Just trying to.
Oh my god! And so the other thing, I don't know. I was talking about that we're gonna watch the Goonies, and it's one of my husband's favorite movies. He loves that movie. So every so often, all right, this is dirty, whatever. So every so often, I'll grab his. I grab his dick and I'll say, I got you now, One-Eyed Willie. Whatever, it's a good time, shut up. We don't act anything. There's nothing else that happens. It's just that one line. I don't pretend to be Sloth or anything. I don't know. How would that go? I don't know.
You make me put on a red. Yeah, calls you Andy, calls you a Goonie, and no,
no, you call your husband's penis chunk. Sloth love chunk.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Anyway, figured I'd share it.
Slopdog, now you're gonna do that one.
Put a couple Google eyes around your pussy, and when he goes to fuck, it's like he's fucking Sloth.
One's one eye's above it, one eye is below it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And did anybody else notice how Troy who's a dick face there, and when he's in front of the wishing well, right, and he's got his two buddies that he's talking to, how old are these kids supposed to be? Don't they look really old? They don't look like teenagers.
Way
they look
older.
like 32.
Well,
30-year-old was
they're
acid,
football
like,
players. They're supposed to look 35.
They knew Sloth, and they were like,
They knew Sloth.
"What's happening to him? He only comes out every once in a while." They didn't know. Did they put rocks in the basket when they pulled it up? Otherwise, they thought she was a light bitch, right? Like they're just pulling it up. They don't realize it's just a jacket hanging on the thing. And then the way he grabs the jacket, like he's having a stroke, like he's like, ugh, like the way he moves.
And the way he says it too is so lame. Like it's so girly and like, oh my god, like I just want to punch him in the face. I can't even take it. Do you guys feel that way too? Like he's such a sissy. Like, oh,
Yes, he's a big sissy. And
right?
he's no Chuck. Like remember Chuck? They were really gonna put his hand in a blender. Like if the bats didn't come out of that thing, he'd have like one arm, like one hand. It was stumped. Like they were like putting his hand in the blender. Like that's crazy.
Yeah. If he wouldn't have pushed back, his fingers would be puree.
Dude, Italian. And
I heard
those
that
kids.
he's like a lawyer in real life now. Chunk, like in real life, he's not like an actor. He's a lawyer now. I don't know. That's
Well, that's right. I think wasn't the Data kid was just like, oh, he's my lawyer. He does my deals for me. And Data, by the way, you were talking about him and the. I think the mom hated him because anytime she was there, she's bitching about things. She's like, and you, I didn't even know his name. She almost called him Gook, I think, and was like, listen, Data. And then she was like, get the fucking use the door. Like she just had enough of that fucking guy. She just hated him. I think she just fucking was like, how's that like you fucking fuck like.
She probably hated him more because he kept coming through the screen, rooting the door.
Rooting the door.
I understand that. Those screen doors are not cheap.
She hated it. She's like, I won't even Chinese food anymore.
Wow. And did you notice that their TV was the floor model TV, like the one in the wood that, like, was whittled straight from the tree? I'm like, wow. Made me feel old.
Did you notice the Prince stuff in the beginning? Like Mikey in his room above his bed has a bunch of pictures of Prince, or Prince and his band, and then Mouth is wearing a Purple Rain shirt with Prince on it.
Oh wow, there's a lot of Prince going on. I didn't realize.
A whole lot of Prince.
Yeah. Whoa.
I'm just like, I'm noticing, I'm like, why is there so much Prince beginning of this film?
I read somewhere too that Cyndi Lauper made that song just for the Goonies. Like, it wasn't just a song they used in the Goonies. She made it for the Goonies.
How great is it? You hear it, you think of the Goonies. That scene where they're like figuring out when we're going to start our journey, and where they tie Brand up in the chair, and the song's playing, and they make their escape. Old-fashioned superstitions, come on, and they're going together. Dude, I get the fucking chills and the willies, and I just feel awesome. Dude, I just like the nostalgia came back to me, and I'm just like, oh my god! And I was like, oh my god, we're on a fucking adventure, and then they're going.
I read that she was actually the music director for this film.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, that's cool.
And I think it's cool. Like the 80s, I think they need to bring that back where there's a performer that writes a song specifically for the movie. Like I loved that about the 80s.
Very cool. Good job, Cyndi Lauper.
Good job, Lauper. Oh man.
What about that beginning though? That beginning is so good when the Fratelli breaks out of prison and somehow the front door to the prison is wide open. And
of course.
he just hits the one guard and he just strolls right out of the prison. But anyway, it seemed realistic when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that's such a brilliant scene, honestly, where they break him out, but then they're going through the town and you're getting a little flavor of every character. You're seeing that Mouth's dad. Mouth is kind of mouthy. His dad's a plumber. Chunk loves food. He squishes his fucking milkshake against the thing. He's got his pizza squished right up against the window. Data's doing things. He's doing tricks. The freaking one girl's diving for crabs because she's a weirdo. The one girl's a cheerleader. You're getting that flavor of everybody. So it's a nice introduction, even to the villains, because they got that nice chase and stuff.
Oh my god, was she putting her head
all
in
the players right away.
Was her head in a thing of crabs?
I don't know, but she puts her head in that barrel and she pulls out a crab. I don't know if there's a whole bunch of crabs or just what. I have no idea.
Oh
but
my
that's
god,
weird.
she's a dirty bitch. Kind of hangs by hooks on the ceiling and shit. And she fucking, you put a fucking plunge in her asshole and make her shit all over your chest or something. I just imagine that.
Because she likes crabs?
What?
Well, because she's digging her head and...
Because she's got her head underwater looking for a crab? How does your mind work? How the fuck
No,
does your mind? I don't understand this.
She's dangerous. She's digging her face in with a bunch of crowds and pinching out her face. So she's like into some pain and some freakiness. And so she's like,
all right.
Wow. So what do we think happened to like Sloth like after this? Because like where is he? He can't go get a job anywhere. Like he's not a
and
fully
the family's
fledged,
just okay
like,
with him coming.
person.
Yeah, he went to live with Chunk.
Okay. All right. I like that idea. But I was just like, you know,
That's at least what I'd like to believe, because Chunk is like, "You're gonna live with me." He's like, "Oh."
The ears flop and everything.
I forgot that he said that. I'm sorry. Okay, fair enough. But I was just like, what happens to Chunk? And why is there like a water slide? Like, like a perfect water slide for them to get to the.
I love it. That was actually a real water slide that they created on the set, because everything was basically done in Astoria, but this was they went to Burbank, and they were a soundstage where they built up the whole scene for One-Eyed Willie's ship.
How did that?
They built water slides in there with it, and then after filming, after the day was over, they would all go back and have fun on the water slides.
Well, why not? I mean, that's awesome. That would have been a cool thing for them to put as like an attraction, like in Universal Studios or like one of those kind of things,
But think about it. If it was a real, like you said, like water slide, but it was like out of rock, there'd be something that would sodomize you for sure. Like you'd go down and like something would ram up your asshole or bump and break your tailbone or something.
Well, it's not really rock.
What are you talking about? It goes in a rock hole.
It's not real rocks.
No, I know it's fake for the movie, dude. I'm saying if it was a real tunnel, though, it wouldn't be as smooth. There'd be something jig-jaggedy in the asshole that would give you an anal fissure or something. Like there's something that would cook you like a fish, and you might just be hanging there, and then fucking Data comes down and kicks you loose, but your asshole originally was stuck on a rock or something, and and then like you're fucking going out, you're bleeding out, and then fucking everyone doesn't know what's happening. You're just running from the telly. Next thing I know, you're fucking ass up, face down in the water, and blood pouring out of you like a volcano. And they're like, what happened to Mikey? Oh, his ass must have got hooked on a rock that was there.
The rocks probably would have been extraordinarily smooth from all the water running down them for years.
I don't know. I'm just saying, we get a stalagmite or stalactite fucking
brother.
Like, oh my God, you're fucking done, son.
You do see when they're going down there one or two times they hit the spikes and you see them bounce. Like they're obviously foam spikes and stuff, but like it's such a cool scene. I love those water slides. I wish I could go on a water slide like that.
Oh my God, if you made it like a porno movie, they could slide down instead of the spikes, just be a bunch of dildos hanging there. They just come by and and you stop and suck a couple and keep going. Or like people putting their dicks through holes.
Wow. Wow.
The Goonies.
Took a turn.
The Goonies. I probably suck it. Anyway, this is a good movie. I think it's a great kids movie. And,
Wow. I love the music in the movie though. The music is fun.
Yeah, the music's phenomenal. The soundtrack, the score.
Yeah, oh dude. And the poor Mama Fratelli, God bless her too, but she's unfuckable, right? Like, I don't know, God bless her. Rest in peace. But like, oh my goodness, right? Like, I don't know, like she's getting ahead of the fucking transgender, am I right? Come on now. And was it a man, baby? I'm not 100% sure. God bless her again. I really feel bad about saying this, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe some of us think I'm looking.
That's okay
too. But like, I just think like, oh man, this lady, I don't know. I mean, I think her eating that Triscuit cracker is probably the only real thing she's had in her mouth in quite some time, because I don't know who's putting a dick in there. I don't know, right? I don't know. Or maybe she eats pussy. I'm not sure.
She's got 3 kids.
If she's a lesbian, I don't know. I mean, and I don't know, I guess, yeah, maybe she was a slam pig. I don't know. Maybe she was good. Maybe she was, I don't know. Maybe she used that Fratelli mouth, and she was just like, oh man, you guys, it's wet, isn't it? Eat it. And that's what she said about her pussy.
Whoa.
What the fuck, kid?
One of the brothers is from Die Hard, right? He plays the FBI agent, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
I think he was also Dark Man and stuff like that too. And yeah, Fola Fortina Babada. He's like, oh man, I'd like the pizza. Let's kill each other with a pepperoni. Why that makes me laugh. Throws the pizza against his face and bounces like rubber.
Steven Spielberg did the Indiana Jones films, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he wrote this film. He didn't direct it, but he wrote it.
Chris Columbus, I think.
Nope. Richard Donner directed.
Pardon me. And oh boy.
Sorry.
Boy.
But
Data,
I think Temple of Doom was the year before this film, so Data, the kid that played Data, had a couple good years. And you definitely get that Indiana Jones feel, especially like when the traps are popping, the rocks are falling, they're going through the caves. You really get that Indiana Jones adventure. This is really a kid version of Indiana Jones in a way.
Dude, I can't even get my kids to watch it. And I'm like my youngest son for a while was scared of fucking Sloth. And then my other kids just thought it was boring. And I'm like, come on, I'm trying to watch it before we go to the Goonies house. And they won't watch it. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? And I'm just like, they didn't even watch it. And I'm just like, such a good movie. And,
they don't know. They don't know what we know.
Yep.
No, they're not going to know. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I'm just like, I can't believe it. Oh my God, I don't believe it. And was there supposed to be an octopus in this movie? Like, because remember the end, he's like, the octopus is very scary. And originally I thought it was just fucking Chinese jib-jab, him just being Data. And then, God bless him, no offense. And, but I just thought it was Data being Data. He just always says some random shit. And then like, come to find out, there was a scene shot where there was an octopus that was attacked him when they jumped off the pirate ship, and I'm glad they didn't put that in. Like,
it's a deleted scene you can get on some of the CDs, some of the DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff of this movie. It should have been cut out. They cut it out because it wasn't up to par with the rest of the quality of this film.
Yeah,
after watching it, I completely agree. Have you guys seen the scene?
I have not seen it. I know. I think
there's parts of it, and I was like, it wouldn't fit the movie.
I'll look it up. I'll send it to you guys. It's on YouTube, and maybe I'll link it up on our page as well. It's cool. It's interesting to see what was cut out, they spent a lot of time on the octopus and stuff, but it was like when they were going after the water slide part. Basically, they were walking in the water to the pirate ship, and the octopus was in the water and was grabbing the girl that was fishing for crabs, and she kept yelling. She slaps Mouth because she thinks Mouth's goosing her or something, and it's the fucking it's the octopus, and then it's trying to drag her and Mouth down, and Data takes his Walkman, puts his tape in it, and goes down and puts it into the octopus's mouth, and it's playing this 80s song. I can't remember what song, and the octopus lets them go and starts dancing away in the water.
That's horrible.
That's a bad scene. It's horrible.
Oh
that's why they took it out. That's funny though.
Oh my
it's
God.
ridiculous. It deserved to be cut, but well worth the watch.
Oh, that hurts my feelings. Ugh.
And
There's talks of making a new one, but
this is one of those movies, though. I'm surprised they didn't make like a Saturday morning cartoon out of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Totally get that vibe.
Like odd cartoons, like in the 80s, out of almost anything.
Karate Kid cartoon. Like, get the fuck out of here. And
The Punky Brewster cartoon.
Oh my God! It had a little a little thing. I remember they had a cartoon on a Rubik's Cube. Remember? Rubik's Cube was a cartoon.
Yes, that was weird. They made the one about Mr. T.
Oh yeah, like
the Ghostbusters one, which was so
like
good.
Olympics. I do like the Ghostbusters one.
What about part 2? Part 2 is
got a fucking stick.
They're making part 2. Why are they making part 2 to this so many years later? They're gonna what are they going to do for it? Like, they're just going to make it super woke, and it's going to be fucking garbage, and then we're all going to be mad. I feel like nothing can be made in Hollywood right now because it's so fucking woke, and everything comes out like garbage. They ruined everything from our childhood.
That's right. We want dicks and pussies back in these movies, motherfucker, is what we're saying. Right?
I don't think there was dicks or pussies in this film.
Well, not in this one.
I just say it. Be as woke as you want. Be you. I love you. Cool, but stop ruining childhood fiction. That was like amazing. There's no.
And it fits the story awesome.
Really
if it doesn't fit, don't cram it in. Right?
That's what she said.
Yeah, that's right.
This
Oh, boy.
this movie though, like I wish we would have been able to get somebody from this film, like anybody, as a guest. And if we do someday get a guest, I would totally redo this just to hear about everything in the back of this film, because it is every kid's childhood adventure. Like there's a lot of adventure movies and stuff, but this one particular just felt, I don't know about you guys, but it felt real to me as a kid. Like this could really fucking happen to me.
Yes. And I love
Like
how,
this was good, Monster Squad, stuff like that. Like because you were a kid and they were you doing this shit. It wasn't like a parent leading the way. It was a kids leading kids, you know?
and I love that Brad is, Thanos now in real life.
Right.
Yes. Yeah, this was Brolin's first, I don't know if it was his first film, but it was his breakout film, at the very least. It was his film that made him Josh Brolin. Before this, he was, like, this made his career. He probably wouldn't have been Thanos without this.
Yeah.
Dude,
So cool.
there's a thing with Danny McBride. He was in a movie with Josh Brolin. I forgot what it was, but he's like a big, he said Goonies fan. So he was like, there was a scene where he had to die, and Josh Brolin had to go talk to him. And he's like, and then I guess, I don't know, I probably slaughtered the story, but then I guess Danny McBride just goes, Goonies never say die. And Josh Brolin was like, that's the worst acting you've ever done. Just how could you not do that and be like, oh man, dude, you were in the Goonies. Like all like lunch, I'd be bothering him, like being like, dude, what about this? They'd be like, enough with the fucking Goonies, you fucking weirdo. I mean, come on. And like, we're gonna shoot in a minute, but what about this part in the Goonies? And this happened. And there was another video recently about Corey Feldman where what's his face from Lost Boys? Who's the older brother? Patrick. He was in Sleepers. You know what I'm talking about?
What? I don't.
Who's the guy? I just seen a video. It was like a cameo of the guy from Lost Boys. He was the older brother to Corey Haim, and he was also in Sleepers. That guy. He did a cameo. I forgot his name off the top of my head. Patrick. Whatever. Fuck. It'll come in a minute. You guys know what I'm talking about. He did a cameo where he's talking about Corey Feldman. He's like, listen. He's like, I don't think Corey Feldman, is imitating Michael Jackson. He goes, I think he was infused by Michael Jackson. There's a difference. And you're like, oh my God. And he's like, yeah. He really thinks and he's like, and do I think it's like a big Andy Kaufman thing? He's like, no, I think he's really that horrible. Like he was just fucking says basically fuck you to Corey Feldman on this cameo. And I'm like, oh my God, I don't think he's a fan. Jason Patrick. I don't think he's a fan of Corey Feldman.
I think that Corey Feldman's character, him playing Mouth, was perfect. Mouth is my favorite character in this film. Who is you guys' favorite Goonie?
That's a good question.
It was always Mouth for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Mouth the best.
Yeah, you do your old self.
I like Mikey.
Well, I like
Data's a close second for me, though.
Data. Why is that, Bode? Because you look Chinese? As a kid, all your pictures look Chinese?
That's true, they did. Oh, and
we were like
Mouth.
joking you look like the kid from Lucas, but also Chinese, so we would call you Dukas.
I remember that.
I love you, and I love you, Paul. Sorry, and Dukas.
I'm glad that nickname didn't stick.
Oh my God, imagine that. Talk about not being woke. Slopdog.
Do you guys
Chowder.
Do you guys remember who was supposed to play, who tried out for Mouth but didn't get it, and Corey Feldman got it instead?
I don't know.
Corey Haim?
No, it was somebody that's been on our show.
Coogan? Oh, that's right. He said it in this episode.
Keith
Oh,
Coogan
that's
tried
right.
out
I
for
forgot
Mouth.
about that. Yeah, that's right.
Coogan. Yeah, go back to that episode with Coogan. He's good. Maybe we'll get him back on again. Who knows? And but
yeah, we
Coog.
did Adventures in Babysitting with Keith Coogan, and it was a lot of insight into the film, so it was really good. Go check that out.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable about the film industry, and he talks about stuff. And yeah, dude, highly recommend that. Even if you can get through all the swearing that Bone and Slopdog do, then yeah, you'll be fine. They're filthy, and they know I'm lying. They know it's me. I know I'm trying to cut back the swears, folks. I'm trying to cut back the potty mouth. I don't know. We'll see. And just jokes, folks. Having a good time. And
do you know where Steven Spielberg said he came up with the idea for this film while filming The Color Purple with Whoopi Goldberg? He came up with the idea for this film. I have no idea how.
Oh my God. But anyway, this is a great movie. It gives you the feelies for sure. Like, it's one of those movies where you're just like, I don't know, I can't get enough of it. You see, like, it's like such an iconic film. People all over the place. Like, dude, I seen a guy when I was in the restaurant the other day, and he had a Goonies shirt. I just started yapping to him, and then he comes over to me later. He's like, "Hey, if you like that movie, you might like the Monster Squad." I was like, "Yes, it's fucking great." And I'm just fucking ranting at people like strangers. My wife's like, "You're a crazy person," and but like, I just like if I see someone with a Goonies shirt, I'm gonna be like, "Dude, you go to Oregon to see the house?" And I just fucking rant to them how I seen the house, and they're just like, "Get out of here!" And like it's a movie. You're weirding me out, and but I'm just like trying to just chat it up. But you got to go see it, man. It's like just the house, but it's still cool to just see. And I'm just like, oh my god! And I'm just like loving it, man. And then my son never seen it, but he's like loving it too. And then yeah, oh dude, it's really cool. I highly recommend. And like the street people are really cool, and like you got to park your car at a certain spot. You can't go up so far like to the house with your car, but you can park around there and walk up. And dude, it was busy as fuck when I was there, and it wasn't even like an anniversary or nothing. So
Sounds cool. I would really love to go someday. I think that would be amazing.
dude, some people get to go in the house. That's fucking even greater. Like I don't know if anything was filmed in it, but
Yeah, well, maybe maybe some all the maybe we'll all take a trip one day and head up there someday. We could get the money.
right. The podcast has to be doing really good. We're reviewing Goonies again, but we're in the Goonies house, and then we can, I don't know, rub our dicks on the bed or something. No, don't do that. But I mean, you know what I mean? Like we'll just sit and talk and oh, Jesus Christ. Anyway, I like this movie. I think it holds up from when we were kids. I think it was like really good. I think the fact that the mobsters, like legitly you feel, or I mean the Fratelli, the family will legitly hurt them and kill them from like, because it's a dead body. They shoot someone, they keep them in the freezer, and like it's not like they're like, you don't know what's gonna happen. Like they're legitly like, oh my god, these kids are in danger. It's not like a funny movie where they're gonna catch them and I don't know, we're just gonna tie them up, and get a ransom. Like these fuckers are gonna murder them and hide them away. And like the only time I've ever seen that otherwise is Joe Pesci at the end of Home Alone, where he's like, I'm gonna bite every one of your little fingers off. And I'm like, he's really gonna bite his fingers. And like every time I see that movie, and I get that same feelings with the Fratellis, and when they're just driving, oh man, they're driving around. Anyway, I think this movie is great. I think it holds up when I was a kid. I gave it 5 dog dicks. Bone, what say you?
Yeah, I agree. This film was phenomenal. It still is. It still holds up. It's every kid's adventure. This is like the kid version of Indiana Jones. Like I said earlier, and watching it today, it's still magical. Like I can still remember that feeling of when I first watched it. It has adventure and hope. They have a problem, they're going to solve it themselves, and they save everybody at the end of the day. It's like a D&D campaign, honestly, for like an 80s setting. It's got everything you need, and the music's great. The actors
D&D
are great.
setting. Oh, fuck yourself.
It really is. It's a perfect role playing setting, like where you're the kids and you're trying to solve the puzzles, and you're trying to get to the end to get the treasure to save your house. Like
I remember
a mission.
You were in Cub Scouts. Didn't you create a Goonies game with Mom?
We did. I totally forgot about that. Yeah.
And I remember like we brought it to play. Like it was good. You made the characters and the pieces, and dude, it was like really, really cool. I remember a lot of work, and it was like I think it had hidden like things you could pull up and down, kind of a mousetrappy thing. But it was like really cool, and I thought it was
shit,
like
I forgot about that.
Yeah, dude, it was good. And you were talking about giving you the feelies. Like we were talking about that too. I think earlier, Slopdog, when you were reloading your computers, like when you like didn't. You just caught the beginning of the movie, and you're like, what is this movie? It was dark, and then the Goonies logo comes up with the skull and bones. You're like, oh my god, the fucking Goonies! And you're like, I caught it at the beginning too, because you hardly ever caught it at the beginning. When you caught it, it was like somewhere in the middle, which you still stopped and watched. But when you caught it at the beginning, you don't know whatever you had planned. The plans were canceled. The Goonies, I caught it from the beginning. Here's the music starting. He's escaping jail. You schmuck. Do you really think I'd kill myself? Kill myself. Ugh. And then hurry up.
How good would this be to go see in the theater? Like if this was playing in the theater, I'd totally go see it. I know it has played. I don't know if it's anywhere near us, but I would totally.
They do have it at the not the Mansfield Drive-In, but there's one on the beach. Mesquamaket. Mesquamaket has its own little drive-in, and they've played the Goonies a few times. I've seen it come up, but it's always like during the week or something. It's always like a weird day, and I'm like, I can't like on a Wednesday drive to Rhode Island and stay up till like midnight, and then still be okay to go to work the next day.
Yeah.
I prefer the air-conditioned theater anyway. It gets too hot at the drive-in.
Yeah, and you're like,
well, anyway, I think that would be cool because you are right on the ocean, like it's right there. So, like it would probably be pretty cool actually. But you'd have to like
pretty
to do something like that.
I would love to go though. So let me know next time it happens. I would love to go.
Okay.
But yeah, to finish up, this movie is phenomenal. It's part of our childhood. If there's a movie that encompasses our childhood, this one. This is the movie I remember. This is number one. I'm gonna give it 5 dog dicks.
oh, yeah.
Oh, I really enjoy this movie too. The same. I watched it again, and it gives you that good feeling. It gives you like a good feeling too of like being a kid. Like we have no other things to think about except for like just enjoying this movie, going on the adventure with them. It's just a feel good. You know what I mean? You just you root for the kids the whole time. You want and you're afraid of the fatalities. You think they're kind of cool though in a way, but you're like afraid of them because you know that they're bad.
Yeah.
But you want the kids to beat them, and they beat them, and they beat the Troy and the other people there, whatever. But anyway, so yes, I mean I've watched this movie a million times, and I still like it's one of those go-to movies. You just put it on, you feel good. It's a good feel good movie. I'm gonna give it 5 dog dicks too.
Oh, no math needed. This is a fucking
bona fide
pounder. 5s across the board, baby. Oh man.
We don't give out many. We don't all agree on films very often, and it's nice to see that we do on this one because this is, like I said, this is probably the one that encompasses our childhood the most.
Yes, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it's good. Bone. Did I miss any facts on this movie? I remember the octopus was probably a big fact, but
there's a couple things I can drop. So the movie was released June 7th, 1985, and the mayor of Astoria actually made June 7th Goonies Day. It's an official holiday in Estonia. They have this big festival, a celebration. They do tours of like all the Goonies stuff. And they actually try to do the largest every year. They try to do the largest truffle shuffle. So that would be phenomenal to go to.
That'd be so cool. Yeah,
super fun. Awesome. The budget for this movie was $19 million. It made $61 million, which I think is still pretty good. But they considered it a flop at the time because it was compared to Gremlins, which made a substantial more money than this movie. So the movie studio kind of thought of it as a flop, and because Gremlins made so much more money movie, but it's definitely not a flop. It's a cult classic over the years. IMDb gave this 7.7 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it 77%. Audience scores were 91%. Common Sense gave it 4 out of 5. Google was 4.6. Metacritic, critics gave it 62%. Audience scores were 7.4 out of 10. And Letterboxd was 3.8 out of 5. And of course, Tasteless Adjacent gave it 5 dog dicks.
Bonafide pounder. How does it make not give it just 10 or whatever? Like, I don't get that. Like,
there's very few like things on Rotten Tomatoes and stuff that are actual perfect 10s, and you would think that Goonies would be one of them because Goonies was every person was phenomenal. Every actor was awesome. So it launched a bunch of their careers, and it just I don't know. It's so fucking good. Like, no matter how old you are, you have to love the Goonies. It's so good.
I've never heard someone say, there has to be people out there, I've never heard someone say they don't like the Goonies.
It's true. Yeah.
I mean, my kids started to watch it, but he didn't really put the effort into watching it. He just wasn't in the mood. And my youngest was like, oh, that guy scares me. But, like, they're, like, the only two people I've ever met that kind of, like, not interested to really watch it. But they never, like, sat down and watched the whole thing. Like, you got to sit down and, like, watch the whole thing and go, do you like it or not like it? You know? So, but, like, so besides my two kids not really interested in watching it, which blows my mind, I've never really heard anybody be like, I don't really like the Goonies. I don't really, that's not for me. I watched it and I was like, I'd be like, you know, you always see people go, oh, then they get talking about it. What about this? Oh, yeah, they start quoting the movie. Hey, you guys, right? And then they fucking just
This has to be one of the most quotable films of all time. There's so many lines. Like I couldn't choose. Like there were so many lines. The one I picked, I even regret picking that one because there's so many other great lines. It's just I wanted to say them all.
Yeah, you boys like tongue.
Let's get out of here, like now.
Oh, watch out! I think there's a hole over. I think Brad was standing in it. He makes out with his brother.
Follow them
Doesn't
side
know.
by.
And she's clearly not into Bran. She's like, does Bran wear braces? Like, bitch, you don't know he doesn't wear braces? What a whore. She's fucking him and Troy, right? And then it's just like, does Bran wear braces? I mean, how many guys you fucking? You know what I mean? Come on, bitch. And take that fucking, take that fucking, sounds like you're going to need all that change in that well to fucking pay for her abortion in the future.
Yikes.
Whoa.
Speaking of the well, yikes. Do you really think the kids wouldn't have took all that money? Because, it wouldn't have been enough to save the house, but to them it might have been, they might have thought it was. There was a lot of money down there. It was very altruistic for them to, like, just leave it because it was looking at it as other people's dreams and hopes.
Yeah.
I got a question. What's up with Mouth and his automatically, like, switching personalities? All of a sudden, like fucking, I don't know, switching up his dial and going, this one right here, this is my wish. Like, it's all dramatic and then goes swimming back in the water. Like, what was that about? Like just out of nowhere.
He uses his humor as a guard, and that's his, like, real feelings popping out for a second. He's the goofball. Hey, Mikey, come over here, give me a kiss. Give you a nice, slippery kiss.
You're ruining my pain. You're ruining a joke.
Mikey!
He should have put his dick through it.
Yikes, I was waiting for that.
Put some Rocky Road on it, get this fat kid to suck it off.
Like, Chowder, get your tongue out of there. Oh, it's your dick.
That's hurtful.
All right, Chowder, tell them where they can find us on YouTube.
Oh, you can find us anywhere you want, sweet ladies and fellas. No. So for anything for YouTube, whatever, you can search us on YouTube, Tasteless Adjacent, or just go to p1ipoo.club. It'll bring you right to the YouTube page. Originally P1I Poo Club, just a place where put all the Chowder stuff, old band shit, Moist Chicken, check out some songs, old sketches, new ones come, I don't know, 10 years from now. And then, but the most important thing right now is Tasteless Adjacent. Right on there, p1ipoo.club brings you right to the YouTube page. Like the page, subscribe so you can always know when a new podcast comes out. It comes out weekly, but you'll enjoy yourself. And then you can hear, at P1ipoo, P1ipoo on Instagram and X. But Bo, where can I find Tasteless elsewhere in the world?
So you can check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. We started doing a bunch of stuff on TikTok lately. I think it's a newer account, last 3 or 4 weeks. So go check us out and give us a follow. You can also check us out wherever you get podcasts, on Apple, Spotify, and if there's a platform that you listen but you can't presently find us, let us know and we'll get on it. Slopdog?
As always, don't be afraid to leave us some comments. We would love to hear from you, hear what you think, hear how many dog dicks you give the movie. We'd also love, anything, like, even if you just want to put a like or even a not like, whatever you want to put, we would love to hear from you and we read them on here.
Mm-hmm. That's right, folks. Enjoy yourself, interact, and love our, we hope you love our show, interact, and say what you want. Let us know. Would you fuck Mrs. Fratelli? Would you, did you like the movie? Did you see this growing up? See it when you got older? Whatever, and check us out on the, like everyone said. I'm just repeating everybody said. And, but it's good. Thank you for enjoying it with us. We really enjoy you hanging out with us. We'd love to interact with you. So hit us up. Let us know if you want to see a certain movie. And otherwise, that's all I got. I'm just yammering now. So say it to Shepherd. So say it to Flock. Good night, folks.
Man, you smell like Fizz Ed.
What are you, some kind of dog dick?
I remember as a kid, I didn't know what phys ed was. And I was like, what's phys ed? And then I must have asked my mom 1,000 times, but I don't remember that. I just remember asking her once. And she was like, fucking phys ed, dirty socks. What are you, fucking stupid?
That sounds about right. I didn't know what it was either.
I thought he said fish heads, but he just said it weird, is what I thought. I didn't realize he said
my wife actually, she said the same thing. She's like, what did he say? Did he say he smells like fish heads? I'm like, no, phys ed.
Yeah, and I thought it was fish heads too. I even now, like, I'm this old, yeah, I thought it was fish heads as well.
Fish heads and a real man.
And a real man. So don't listen to me at all.
Have you, oh my God, looking at Sloth's face in
Horrifying.
detail,
Mm-hmm.
I do not remember it being so horrific.
My face is horrified. Let's talk about this on the podcast.
Oh my God, like in my
You know what
mind, his eye was just a little wonky and that was it. Like that's all I remembered from Sloth. Like I never really paid attention to his, like looking at his face and it's fucked up. He's got like a dick for a nose.
He does.
Your Sloth love junk.
Nobody cares when Data's falling.
Jesus.
Data's just unhappy.
Oh, I got to talk about her, the mom. I don't think she was liking, and I think she was racist. Anyway, I'll talk about that in the podcast.
That's my mom's favorite piece.
Wouldn't be here if it wasn't.
I always thought it was one beer if it wasn't. Like when I was a kid, because I didn't get it.
There's so many. Oh my God, there's so many parts in this movie that I didn't realize is what they said when I was a kid.